train's just pulled off. First train out of 3 today. Going to Glastonbury. I was supposed to be going yesterday with my friend Luca and Alice and their son Ross, but it didn't happen. So I just had the feeling of hanging around all day. And I ate loads of food. So I feel bloated and slow today. And I had to bring quite a considerable amount of stuff with me. I didn't have to, but I did. Suitcase. Just had to get my e-ticket scanned. Excuse me for the interruption. Brought with me a granny trolley with a tent, a sleeping bag and a blanket in it. Brought a watermelon and a mango, some grapes, and my artwork. And I intend to give pieces of my artwork away in exchange for, who knows, got enough stuff. Give stuff away. Also to add, I left my charger at home. Not intentionally, but I didn't intentionally remember to bring it, so just let it slide. It's a good thing, but I don't know whether I'll be documenting this trip to Glastonbury or not. I've got 22% battery or something. We'll see. Maybe I'll challenge myself to just keep it just for videos and photos, not go online so much. Just have time before my next train, which will be going to Cardiff. Sit outside, smoke a joint, drink a coffee, connect to a tree. Just taking it really easy today. I could feel the feelings of panic and that mild anxiety the closer it got to me having to leave. But instead of panicking and starting to do things, I just had a bath with Epsom salts, just chilled right out. And everything's just running smooth like clockwork. So on to Cardiff, and then to Bristol, and then a bus to Glastonbury. Feels like ages since I've been on a train or on an adventure. Oh. The liver's purging today. I ate Chinese food last night. Aim for it today. Right, back to it. smoking a decompression joint, waiting for the bus. Final stretch. Back in England, changed countries. I knew, felt, intuitively, I just felt I was in England. Just one point during the journey, we crossed over into those waters. Yeah. Yeah, just 376. Then back home to Glastonbury. Everywhere's home for me. Glastonbury will welcome me with open arms because the time that I've spent there, who I have been, looked after the place as it looked after me. Gotta find somewhere to pitch my tent up when I arrive. Lovely day for it. And here I am, live and direct. St John's Church, Glastonbury. Just sitting down, eating some chips from Knights, drinking a black coffee from Buddha Maitreya Jesus the Christ Healing Center. Tactically planning a maneuver to go and get water from the spring. Enjoying the sun. I slept on the land that is owned by Tours, Sports and Leisure last night, where they have football pitches and stuff. And I didn't put my tent up. I just lay on top of my sheepskin coat and put the sleeping bag on top of me. And I didn't wake up feeling cold, but I know that it was a restless sleep because it wasn't particularly windy, but the breeze kind of disturbed my sleep. So looking to find somewhere to put the tent up tonight. I might very well just put the tent up in the orchard. I stayed there before, but we shall see. Met some cool people last night in the pub, and then one person who I was intending to see and willing to see and hoping to see is my friend Lani. And sat down and had a chat with her, smoked a joint, because it's been about 7 months, 6 months, something like that, since we last saw each other. And she had to go off to hospital because she'd had a fall, broken her wrist. I gave her a chunk of rough obsidian to take with her. Seen a few people that I know, but I haven't really spoke to anybody. Just been going about my day. Went into the library to charge my phone for like 15%. Anyway, my chips are getting cold. much I've caught the sun today. Tonight, be staying in here. Just easiest space. Didn't have to think about it, just come here. It's not the tidiest place at all. I'm not going to show you, but this is like just a space that people have treated like a crash pad and rubbish and clothes and shit everywhere. But it's better than having to go somewhere, like walk to the orchard and put my tent up, for example. Just the next stage up from sleeping outdoors. And it's calm, it's peaceful. There are mice. I heard them last night. They introduced themselves to me. One of them came up and touched my back. So, yeah, it's protected. This space was shown to me at a time when I really needed to have some sort of shelter by my good friend Alana. So I'm just here for today, smoking a joint, relaxing. Caught up with a few good folks in Glastonbury. Paul today I was speaking to, and yesterday and today as well, but yesterday I saw my friend Neil, Scouse Neil, and it's like these conversations that I'm having, they're just validating my decision to be here, and it seems that I'm going to be staying here now. Makes sense. Just picking back up where I left off when I was living here before, like last summer and autumn. But also, I've been invited to a men's circle next Tuesday with Neil and another man called Wes. So I believe that is on the old site of Crops Not Shops. So find out about that. And it's to, I guess it's like a call to arms, isn't it? Like we're feeling the need to start to solidify our networks and have like a map so we know where each other is. If anything were to, when the shit hits the fan, we need to know what we're standing for and who's standing by us. So now is the time for making those connections. So I'll look forward to that. I saw an advert for a flat for rent available now. I'm going to call that tomorrow, and it might be a case of just swapping over from my flat in Llandeilo. Just the housing benefit pays for that, and it should just be easy to swap over. I might have to put a bit of money towards it, but it doesn't matter. There's enough going on in Glastonbury for me. Perfect amount of opportunity. Whereas in Llandeilo, the community, there's not much overlap with my special interests. Something like that. So I'm glad to be back in Somerset, God's country. Obviously, look at my face. Been enjoying it today, slightly burnt. Showing me something about my diet, which is kind of changing as well. Inevitable. When I was living in Glastonbury before, I was really taking better care of myself and feeling the benefit of it, and, you know, walking 40 minutes to go and get water, going up the Tor, which is another thing I did today. I had one thing on my to-do list, and that was to go to the spring and connect with the water. And I was so proud of myself for accomplishing that I treated myself to a walk all the way up the Tor with my backpack a shoulder bag, and a bag for life. I can feel myself complaining about it and shirking at the idea of walking. Because if you've never walked up the Tor, it's no mean feat. So I did that. And then I lay down on the grass right at the top. And it was hyper windy. Like, to the point where it doesn't seem beyond the realm of possibility that you might get, like, sucked off and moved by the wind. So then I was like, right, that's the encouragement I need. And I left. Feeling good. Thing about Glastonbury is nothing changes. And the paradox is that Glastonbury is at the forefront of change that is happening. But like the energy, the pantomime of the place, it all stays the same. You just get new characters in the mix. Some people get sent away. By their ancestors, probably, more than anything. This is the 5th attempt, my 5th stay in Glastonbury. The other times I was intending to live there, and just for whatever reason, for one reason in particular, but 4 times, I had to leave the area. Because it is a pilgrimage spot, first and foremost. The reason I came back is in Glastonbury there's a notable vested interest in each other's wholeness. The way that people that are living on the streets and all of that sort of subculture, the addicts, the way that they're treated in the area, the respect that they're shown, the equality, the amount of support that's available, the fact that nobody's going to go hungry in Glastonbury. There's always food available somewhere. And those kind of things. But my mate Neil, he pulled out a pad once and showed me a page of his notebook where it was talking about a community interest company and all of these aspects of it and how it would be visioned, and I had already had a very similar idea. So to be able to collaborate on that rather than have it be my thing and have to deal with all of the pressures that come along with that is our thing. And if we're singing from the same hymn sheet, well, yeah, that's what we need. Sturdy partners in life for different endeavours to work for the greater good. So, probably here till winter or something. First stage, just transfer the momentum, the life that I was building in Llandeilo and superimpose it down here somewhere. So the best of both worlds. So that I have a space to call my own that doesn't have to factor in other people's ignorance and lack of cleanliness. So, like this space kind of thing. But not having to be tied down to anything. Because that's how it stands. As it stands, I have a flat home. But it's in a different country. And I need to be in this area for the very specific community spirit that exists here. So I don't want to be here, there, and everywhere. I need everything to be present and correct here. So I haven't got split focus. So yeah, I've got until like the 18th of May before I would have to go back, although I have just repotted some sunflowers. They're going to need watering soon. So we'll see. Yeah. My friend Lani said to me yesterday, "Wow, you're home now?" Something to that effect. And it's like, yeah, it does feel like that. It is more effortless to be myself in Glastonbury. And it's not a struggle, or there's not like loads of resistance anywhere else. It's just, it's more natural for me to be natural here. Or, you know, everywhere serves a purpose. Seems to me that being in Wales just represented a deep sense of sanctuary, sort of like immigration status, support. Welsh people are lovely. Welsh community is warm and gentle. But we can't just avoid all of the places that we would rather not be in. Because there's people there. There's people everywhere. The scope, the potential is limitless. And the chances of successful initiatives are increased the more collaboration is involved in the process, other people's ideas, other people's lens of perception. As long as everybody's got the same intention. In the Bible, it says, where two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst also. Because humans can't be trusted individually. Because the devil works through individuals. Through groups also, but it's like certain people can acknowledge their own darkness. Others can't, or don't, or won't. It doesn't matter, real recognize real. So if you've got a good heart, then you know that you've got a good circle around you. good friends, so solid, can't be bought or sold, like here for love. So when there's two of you in a room, it doesn't matter whether the evil, the darkness, whatever, is kicking and screaming in one. If the mirror is solid, then that goes no further and no energy transfer takes place. That's why 3 is the magic number, because the third is a deciding vote. If you're all aiming for love, you can't miss. Found a fluffy dressing gown as well. So it's time to relax, really, basically, what's being shown. And truly, we've earned it. It's not absolute retirement because the work's only just starting now. But if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's what Einstein said. If you love life, there's no chore to be living. There are people who dream of only having the challenges that you've got. People that are on their knees nightly praying for their life to be as easy as yours. And there are people that are less grateful than you are, who've got far more. Everything evens out in time.